We spent 96 hours exploring Tokyo, and in this video, we'll be showcasing everything we did on our itinerary, giving you ideas of what to see and do if you're planning a trip here yourself. Our first stop is the Art Aquarium Museum in Ginza. When we stepped inside, we were greeted with an array of glowing lanterns, and then the space opened into a shimmering world of light and movement. Thousands of brilliantly colored goldfish drifted gracefully through the tanks shaped like Edo-style vessels, glowing spheres, and sculpted glass that seemed to glow from within. The atmosphere felt alive. Light shifted in hues of red, blue, and gold, casting reflections that danced across the walls, while soft ambient music tied the entire scene together. Admission typically costs about 2,500 yen if you book through Klook. What struck me most was how the goldfish themselves became the artwork. Every flick of a tail and ripple of water turned the installations into living, breathing masterpieces. The result was mesmerizing. A place where time slows down and every glance feels like a work of art. From there, we used our Suica cards to hop on the train and we headed for our next stop of the day. Tokyo is full of neighborhoods with their own unique energy, and Ueno immediately stood out. Streets are lined with shops and small market stalls, buzzing with locals and the vibrant, almost flea market energy of everyday life. You can see the tall buildings peeking above, but the magic really happens down these little streets, where everyday life unfolds in a colorful, bustling rhythm. For contrast, we also caught a brief glimpse of Akihabara, Tokyo's neon wonderland, just a few minutes away by train. Back in Ueno, we spent most of our time wandering the streets, hunting for souvenirs, and soaking in the atmosphere. We even ended up grabbing extra luggage on the spot. What we thought would be a light pack suddenly became overflowing with souvenirs and little finds we couldn't resist. For context, this is all the stuff we brought back home with us. This place is dangerous.
I know.
You're gonna want to spend all your... With our bags full and our energy running low, we stopped at Fujisoba for a simple, delicious bite to eat. To order, we first had to purchase a meal ticket from a vending machine by the entrance, then hand it over to the kitchen so they could prepare our food. Emily went with the shrimp tempura with noodles, and I got this chicken with rice. And a beer, of course. With our energy back, we headed to Akihabara for the next item on our list. We are in Akihabara, also known as Electric Town. Right now we're trying to find our Tokyo Drift guide, and then we'll go on this road trip.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, so we found the drivers, and they all kind of just spawned out of nowhere. We soon met our driver for the day. Are we gonna do any drifting around the streets? Even though there was a bit of a language barrier, I could get a sense of his love for cars. He led us to a nearby garage where his R32 Skyline was waiting. Just seeing it up close was surreal. This has always been one of my dream cars. I've admired Skylines for years, but I'd never actually ridden in one before. Just sitting in a Skyline was a dream come true. One thing that stood out to me was he played Tokyo Drift a lot. I thought the song was very fitting, so I didn't mind. It wasn't long until we made it to our first destination. This legendary spot is a mecca for car enthusiasts in Japan, known for Tokyo Drift culture and rare performance cars. On weekends, dozens of Skylines, Supras, and other dream machines gather here under the bright lights. Enthusiasts from all over Japan and even overseas show off their rides and share a passion for cars. The energy was electric, with engines revving, lights flashing, and fans snapping photos at every turn. Walking around, it's easy to see why Daikoku parking is so iconic. Every car has a story, every modification reflects countless hours of dedication, and the atmosphere is a mix of awe and pure excitement. After taking in the scene and snapping a few shots, we lined up in a convoy of JDM vehicles and we were ready to hit the road. That's cool, all lined up.
これマイカーだから。
Your car?
そう。ファストフィリアスの2、タイリース。
Yeah, Tyrese, that's what his name was. As we head out of Daikoku parking, our driver shows us the true power of the R32, reminding us why this car is so legendary.
あ、音楽が切れちゃった。
Every car in the convoy was unique, most with underglow that lit up the night. As we drove through a tunnel, the lights and reflections made the whole scene feel like a movie. I even tried to get our driver to drift around one of the corners, but no luck. Maybe next time. Our next stop was the 8-Pit Autoback Shop, a paradise for car enthusiasts. From performance parts and tires to custom mods and all the latest car gadgets, this place had everything. Like many shops in Japan, this one is tax-free for tourists. Just show your passport at checkout and you save the 10% consumption tax. As soon as we were all lined up again, we headed to the final stop of the experience, but not before cruising across the Rainbow Bridge. With Tokyo's lights glowing against the night sky and underglow reflecting off the pavement, it felt like a scene straight out of a movie. Fun fact, Rainbow Bridge was featured in the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, making the drive even more cinematic. The convoy continued through the streets, engines humming and neon signs streaking past us. I even managed to get a sick shot of Tyrese's car perfectly framed with Tokyo Tower glowing in the background. It was the kind of shot every car enthusiast dreams of. We finally parked and spent some time taking pictures with the cars, the city lights, and Tokyo Tower behind us. The view was unreal, and it really capped off the experience perfectly. Overall, this experience was a 10 out of 10 for both of us. I highly recommend booking it, even if you're not a car person. Links in the description below. We start our day off with the Warner Bros. Studio Tour Tokyo, an immersive experience that takes you behind the scenes of the Harry Potter films. As we walked up, we were greeted by Patronus statues on the lawn and that iconic entrance sign. Once inside, we were met with a giant Hungarian horntail. Then we explored the main floor and were immediately drawn to the gift shop. This place was enormous, with endless items to buy from the movies. What caught my attention the most was the attention to detail, from flying books to moving Quidditch gear, to the Marauders map on the floor, and that was just the gift shop.
We haven't even gotten inside the tour yet. The gift shop is just so huge.
Soon, we started the tour in a waiting room covered with Harry Potter posters, before being led to giant doors that opened into the Great Hall. They put on a little magic show, and once that was over, we were free to wander on our own. Immediately, we were greeted by a moving staircase and portraits. We even filmed our own moving portrait, which was just the first of many interactive experiences here. After watching all the movies growing up, seeing all of this brought back so much nostalgia. There was a studio production setup where visitors are coached through a scene and the footage is stitched together. I'll link the final product in the description below if you want to check it out. You could also watch a memory on the pensieve, stand in front of the mirror of Eriste, learn how to cast spells with or without a wand, and even design your own Marauder's mask. Next, we entered the Forbidden Forest, where you can see familiar faces, both mechanical and feathery, and cast your own Patronus spell.
Yes!
We then reached the cafeteria, where we grabbed a burgundy burger and washed it down with butterbeer. They even have sinks so you can wash out your souvenir cups, which is a nice touch. Outside, we walked along Privet Drive, peeked into Harry's closet under the stairs, explored the inside of the house while reliving some iconic scenes, and crossed the iconic bridge from the films. Seeing this life-sized wizard chest reminded me of this one iconic scene. Comment down below if you know which scene I'm talking about.
We got here at, what, like 10 something? And now it's already almost 2. Been here for hours. There's just a lot to do here. They said it takes up to 4 hours to finish everything. Like, look at this. The whole ass train in here.
Next up, platform 9 3/4, complete with photo opportunities and the chance to board the train and experience even more magic. Then we entered the Ministry of Magic. They even have interactive chimneys where you can record yourself traveling via the Flute Network. This led us to Diagon Alley, which was incredible to walk down. The shops, signs, and magical details make it feel alive. There's so much more to do here that I can show in a single video, but I hope this gives you a glimpse of the magic. At the end of the tour, there is a massive detailed model of Hogwarts Castle. It's the same 1:24 scale model that was originally built and used during the production of the Harry Potter films. Every few minutes, a light show transforms the castle, giving you the perfect grand finale. Overall, this tour was pure magic from start to finish. I highly recommend adding it to your itinerary.
The bricks look like Harry Potter. Even the trains look like Harry Potter. Look, there's Harry Potter.
Now, it wouldn't be a Tokyo trip without visiting one of its most iconic spots.
Shibuya. Shibuya.
Shibuya Scramble is often called the busiest pedestrian crossing in the world, with up to 3,000 people crossing at once during peak times. On average, over 2.4 million people cross it daily.
Just crossed Shibuya, I can't say it. Shibuya, Shibuya crossing, and it really does not look that big.
I know, they make it look bigger.
Yeah, it looks bigger on TV and in movies, but it's really not that big. I feel like people like us are just walking back and forth just to say we've crossed it multiple times. Go, go, go. We're on the hunt for Labubus once again. First Pop Mart, immediately no Labubus. So we're not for sale, I guess. But now we're going to hit up a bunch of other stores.
Located in the heart of Shibuya, PARCO is a massive shopping complex that blends fashion, art, and pop culture. But the real highlight is on the 6th floor, known as Cyberspace Shibuya. This entire floor is dedicated to gaming and anime, with big-name stores like Nintendo Tokyo, the Capcom Store, Pokémon Center Shibuya, the Jump Shop, and even a dedicated Godzilla Store. Here we did some souvenir shopping, and for some reason, this is our 4th Pokemon Center we visited while being in Japan, and we still have yet to find an Arcanine plushie toy. Next up, we swung by Onitsuka Tiger, one of Japan's most iconic sneaker brands. Known for its sleek designs and classic stripes, these shoes have been a favorite for decades. Onitsuka Tiger was founded in 1949 in Japan, making it one of the oldest sneaker brands in the world. They helped popularize running shoes and were the foundation for ASICS, which now owns the brand. Certain colorways and limited editions are Japan only, making them highly collectible for sneakerheads like Emily here.
They fit like a glove. Look at how pretty they are. So they fit, and I'm gonna get them.
After doing some more shopping, we stepped back out onto the streets of Shibuya, wandering through the neon lights and buzzing energy.
It's so busy. It's like busier than Osaka, and it's not even nighttime yet. This is just the evening, and everyone's just out and about.
As night falls, Shibuya Crossing becomes a living canvas of color and movement, where the city breathes in unison. It's a perfect mix of chaos and charm that has made it world famous.
This place is packed. There's people everywhere. I feel like it's worse than New York City. Here, there's chaos, but it's controlled chaos. We're about to start charging at each other.
At this point, we found ourselves walking back and forth again, each crossing feeling more chaotic than the last.
No, the crossing changes you.
Did you see that?
Yeah, the crossing is doing some crazy things to people. What's happening in Shibuya?
I've heard of Don Quijote, but have you heard of Mega Don Quijote? We've been to Don Quijote before in Osaka, but this Tokyo location takes it to a whole new level. For those of you who don't know, Don Quijote, or Donkey, is Japan's ultimate discount store, selling everything from snacks and electronics to clothes and souvenirs. The Mega in Mega Don Quijote means it's a flagship location with multiple floors and an even bigger selection. It's a chaotic treasure hunt shopping experience like no other.
It's literally a whole party shopping for stuff. So many people in here too. The line upstairs was insane. And the magnets here were a little bit more expensive than the other place that we were at today. So we're putting everything back. But yeah, we're just gonna put this stuff back and go to that other place tomorrow. We're not gonna wait in that line, especially if it's for like a couple things. The pricing and the line was definitely better at Akihabara.
Everyone has literally dropped their bid, like their baskets, because they're not waiting in that line.
Yeah, at least we put our stuff back. You know, we're good people. We're gonna go home, but we're gonna put our stuff back.
Tired.
Yeah, we're tired.
God.
Alright guys, so it's Wednesday, 8/11,
I don't even know what
the
day it
21st, and we're going to DisneySea today. Ah!
For day 3, we visited Tokyo DisneySea, a Japan exclusive unlike any other Disney park worldwide. DisneySea is honestly one of the most unique theme parks in the world because it's completely exclusive to Japan. It's not even owned by Disney. It's run by a third-party company called the Oriental Land Company, and they just licensed the Disney name. The whole park is themed around oceans and ports of the world. There are 8 ports to explore at Tokyo DisneySea: Mediterranean Harbor, American Waterfront, Port Discovery, Lost River Delta, Arabian Coast, Mermaid Lagoon, Mysterious Island, and the newest addition, Fantasy Springs, which opened in June 2024. Now, I actually have a full video dedicated just to DisneySea, and I'll drop a link in this video if you want to see everything in detail. So make sure to check out that video, where I also go over the different passes the park offers, including some that let you skip those long lines and get straight onto the rides. On our last day in Tokyo, we kick things off with the first of 2 Teamlabs we'll be visiting, Teamlab Borderless. This incredible digital art museum surrounds you with interactive projections, glowing lights, and rooms that literally come to life. Unlike a traditional museum, this isn't just about looking at art. You step right inside it. The installations move around you, the lights respond to your presence, and every room feels like a completely different world. Every visit is unique because the art interacts not just with you, but with everyone exploring the space alongside you. It's an experience you can't replicate anywhere else. One of the coolest things is that if you leave a room and come back, it's guaranteed to look completely different than when you left, making you want to explore over and over again. There was one room that we walked into and immediately noticed that every fish swimming on the walls looked completely unique. That's when we realized these are fish created by other visitors, all coming together in this massive digital tank. Then we were handed a menu of fish outlines to choose from. I went with the swordfish, and Emily picked the turtle. Next, we were led into an art studio where other visitors were hard at work bringing their fish to life.
Looks like a waffle.
Oh wow. A waffle turtle?
A wordle.
Once we finished creating our fish, they were scanned into the museum and almost instantly fell into the digital tank, swimming alongside everyone else's creations.
Oh look, there's hers. Out of all of these, which one do you think is the best looking?
Mine.
Watching them dart around with the other fish made it feel like we actually released them into a living ocean. From there, we stepped into another room that felt completely different, almost like we had walked into Pixar's Inside Out. Giant glowing orbs rolled along tracks, each pulsing with color like a memory coming to life. The whole room had this dreamlike atmosphere, as if we were walking through someone's imagination. One of my favorite spaces was a massive room filled with hundreds of glowing orbs suspended all around us. They shifted between soft gold and bright white, lighting up the entire room as if we'd stepped into another universe. The way the orbs glowed and reacted made it feel both calming and otherworldly at the same time. The last room we explored might be the most breathtaking of them all. At first, it feels like you're walking through a maze made of thousands of hanging LED light strips, like stepping straight into a tunnel of stars. As we made our way through the maze, the space suddenly opens up into a massive chamber where the lights shift together in waves. They change colors in perfect harmony, surrounding you in patterns that feel alive, like the entire room is breathing with you. Standing there, watching the lights ripple endlessly, was one of those moments that felt almost surreal, like time had completely stopped. Walking out of Teamlab Borderless, it honestly felt like we had stepped out of another dimension. It's the kind of place that's hard to put into words, you just have to experience it for yourself. Next, we made our way over to Tokyo Tower. Standing at 333 meters tall, it's one of Japan's most iconic landmarks and offers an incredible view of the city. You can actually go up to the observation deck for a panoramic look over Tokyo, but we decided to keep things quick and stayed on the ground this time. While we were there, we had a caricature drawn of us and our cat Roman. Roman wasn't physically with us in Tokyo, but thanks to this talented artist, he still managed to photobomb our trip. After taking in the Tokyo Tower vibe, sun dipped below the horizon, we made our way to Kodo City for the final leg of our journey here in Tokyo. Teamlab Planets is like a more immersive version of Teamlab Borderless. While Borderless lets you wander through a sprawling digital art city, Planets literally lets you step right into the art. Our journey began barefoot in a room where the floor became water, inviting us to step in and explore. Delicate glowing fish darted around our feet, shimmering in colors that felt almost alive. Every ripple we made sent waves of light across the floor. From there, we slipped our shoes back on and wandered into a playful space filled with enormous spheres that floated and bounced around us. Each one glowed softly, casting colorful reflections across the walls. We couldn't resist pushing them, letting them roll and float. Next, we found ourselves beneath a ceiling of upside-down flowers glowing faintly and drifting gently above us. Walking underneath them felt like wandering through an inverted garden suspended in light, delicate and dreamlike. The path then led us into a whimsical world of glowing jelly bean-like statues. Each one pulsed with vibrant color and seemed to react to our presence, flickering and shifting as we moved. Finally, we stepped into a fantastical world bursting with color and life. Brightly colored whimsical animals filled the room, their shapes and patterns shifting as light played across them. Everywhere we looked, creatures seemed to move and interact with the space, creating a playful, dreamlike environment that felt like walking inside a living storybook. It was as if we were in a digital safari, and it felt like a fitting way to end our time here in Japan. So there you have it. That's how we spent 96 hours in Tokyo, Japan. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you have any suggestions for places to visit in Tokyo, let us know in the comments below. Until then, we hope to see you on another gem travel adventure.